Hi, everyone. I'm Doug Black, editor-in-chief at Inside HPC. And today at SC21, we're talking with Sid Mair. He is president of Penguin Computing, developer of open Linux-based HPC AI and cloud solutions. Sid, welcome.
Thank you, Doug. It was great to have the opportunity to talk to you today.
Good to be with you. So,
Yeah.
for veterans, for people who've been in the HPC community for a while, as I have off and on, Penguin is a long-standing name in the industry. It's kind of interesting, and then with companies like that to see how they've evolved over really the decades. Maybe you could give us a quick update or an overview of recent developments at Penguin and really some of the highlights for the company this year.
Great. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. Yes, Penguin Computing, obviously, just as you mentioned, we've been around for over 20 years. We really entered into the high-performance computing space in the early 2000s. And then, we acquired the Skilled software suite originally back in the early 2000s and have continued to grow that technology along with what we grew up with, which is Linux-based environments. And from there, we've continued to grow and look at how we could meet the market needs for organizations that are looking to provide high-performance computing and more recent years, artificial intelligence-based solutions that they need. So Penguin, over the past year, has been growing very rapidly. We've moved into a set of practices that the company has developed. And from that, we've grown, right now, according to Earl Joseph and Hyperion, that we're the fastest growing high performance computing and AI solutions provider in the market in 2021.
Congratulations. Well, we certainly heard about the huge deal with DoD this year, and I think you've told me that you've also penetrated some really, I believe you said Fortune 100 or maybe even bigger accounts this year.
That's correct. Both our federal business and our what we call our commercial business has been growing at a dramatic rate. Even last year, our commercial business grew faster, even though we were awarded the DoD HPC modernization contract last year for both sites in the TI-21 procurement. We were also more recently awarded the next 5-year contract or BOA for the DoD HPC modernization program as well. So we'll get to compete for further technology insertions in that federal business. In the commercial space, we have been growing dramatically in the AI environment and helping organizations to meet their mission needs through artificial intelligence and machine learning. We just recently expanded an environment that we've had for the past 3 or 4 years with a major Fortune 50 company where we provide an entire infrastructure environment. We design the artificial intelligence infrastructure, computing capabilities. We help them design the software stack and the operational playbooks in order to move forward with that. And in some of the environments, we're actually providing everything through managing the environment and providing the environment to the data scientists so that they can get their mission done and their work done rather than having to worry about trying to develop and maintain the infrastructure itself.
Yeah, and you're hitting on a theme that I think is so interesting, which is this notion of an AI infrastructure, which is a separate, discrete entity apart from the IT infrastructure, that the AI infrastructure has certain characteristics, requirements of its own, as well as needed skills and expertise, operational expertise to keep it going. And it sounds that's been a big part of what Penguin's been all about lately.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Doug. What's been happening in recent years within the industry is that artificial intelligence and machine learning, as well as high performance computing being moved more and more into the traditional enterprise mission space, has some different requirements that a typical IT environment doesn't necessarily have. The density involved, the power and the power per rack that's needed, the cooling environments, the software stack in order to be effective in providing either artificial intelligence, machine learning, algorithmic work, or training and inference, as well as just utilizing traditional high performance computing algorithms and capabilities to be able to get to meet the mission needs of those organizations. So what's happened is a lot of your traditional IT space does not necessarily have all the expertise. There's a huge lack of expertise in the industry as far as people coming up and being available for that expertise. So Penguin has developed and continue to expand ourselves to provide, for instance, many PhD people within our organization, as well as people that have grown up in the industry that can help provide some of the expertise along those lines.
Nice. Now, in your comments, I think you've touched on these 4 practice areas of Penguin, but maybe we should just take one moment to, if you could list the 4, that might be interesting.
That would be great. Thanks, Doug. Yes, in order to meet those needs and help our customers and the industry drive and move forward in utilizing high performance computing, artificial intelligence, managing the data that's around that, and determining where you want to be able to provide that capability within the organizations, Penguin has created 4 practices within the company. The first practice is our AI and analytics practice, and drives a lot of technology as far as how do you actually look at infrastructure and capabilities, and how do you deliver an AI environment so that you can move things into a full production or time to insight capability with artificial intelligence. The second practice we have is our high performance computing practice. That's the traditional practice that Penguin has had for many years, but we've really taken that practice and said, well, what are the best in class software stacks and abilities to create the workflows needed to best provide high performance computing? And we've built a set of reference architectures around that high performance computing practice. The third is our data practice, which is a practice designed in order for us to make sure that wherever the data is located, it is available and usable by the different aspects of either high performance computing or AI and analytics. And then on top of that, where it's actually located. So our cloud practice allows us to look at ways in which someone can have something on premise, or they can have a public cloud or some form of private cloud environment in order to do it and be able to work as hybrid across all of those, depending on the best place to have that workflow happen.
So Sid, tell us a little bit about OriginAI. I believe you guys have announced that, but it's one of the big things you'll be talking about at SC this week. Give us an overview of that.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Doug. Yes. OriginAI is the foundation of our AI strategy that also includes a roadmap for an edge inference platform, which is called Horizon AI, and a software control plane called Expanse AI to manage and automate data lifecycle and continuous learning. Developing AI infrastructure can be costly and very, very time consuming in today's world. Sometimes it takes an estimated of 2 to 3 years just to do the internal research and to bring AI-based products to market. One of the customers that we work with today, we started with them over 3 years ago, in which we did AI research to start out with. Penguin provided what we now call OriginAI, which is a software stack, a tested infrastructure, and a tested set of software around specific workflows that a customer may have, and allows them to get to full implementation much quicker, and allows their data scientists to move forward on what they want to drive on their algorithmic development and their data science, rather than having to worry about developing that infrastructure. Many ways, OriginAI allows us to put in that standard set of software stack and infrastructure based on open source and Penguin skilled software combined to create this environment that allows you to get to the data science quickly. And we provide a set of services that manage the environment, design and implement the environment, basically from the very beginning through the entire process to full production. Now, if you're interested in learning more about OriginAI, feel free to reach out. Go ahead and reach out to us on our website, or feel free to call Penguin Computing, and I'd be happy to personally talk to you about where and what OriginAI can do for an enterprise and a mission within an organization.
Well, great stuff. Really congratulations on a great year for the company. Good to see Penguin doing so well. And beyond that, I just wish you and the company a very successful SC21.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Doug. And we really do appreciate the time you spent. Penguin, it really is looking toward how we can help the world's vision of what is possible in the high performance computing and artificial intelligence space. And we look forward to continuing to be able to serve this community in a way that helps people to gain insight and really deliver on their vision or mission that they have within their organizations.
Okay, Sid. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.